Hello everybody and welcome back to Balarkate Farms. So we are in sunny November, which makes a change from wet October, and as you can see we've got our first bit of produce on the farm. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pallets of pumpkins. Now obviously we're a month late, but people still want pumpkins. So the first job today is to get the pumpkin sold. So I had to get rid of the oil and grease mod. It wasn't working. You couldn't get it to accept that you had greased up. So we've now got advanced damage on. So it's telling me there I've got to warm the machine up before I can use it. But also it now requires us to manually lubricate our machines and manually blow our air intakes out. So I think it's already been done, but yeah, you get the idea. So it just adds a bit more. We've got jumper cables as well in case we have to jump start our vehicles, but it adds to the whole realism, because this mod now requires us to service, check our vehicles over, and we have to service on the proper intervals, as well as doing stuff like sharp turning with PTOs in will damages the vehicles. There's a whole host of stuff this mod covers, and it also tells me that the service light's on in my telehandler, even though we haven't gone far. So let's take it into the garage before we start. See, steering while stationary. It is best not to steer while standing still. This puts a heavy load on the steering gear, power steering system and front axle components, which increase wear on the running gear. So basically, it's going to cost us a lot of money to service these vehicles. But that's what we're here for. So apparently this needs a repair. Here we go. So this is the new menu now. So inspect it is 180 £180. So we could go for a standard. It takes 1 hour though, so we can't leave it here at the moment because we need it. So and that maintenance takes 6 hours. So we're not going to leave it in the garage or service it just yet because I actually need it. It looks like we're going to have to leave it there for a few hours to get fixed. So like I say, we need it, so we'll get this loaded up, and then once I've loaded this up, to be honest, I could drop the telehandler off for servicing for 6 hours. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but I just need it for this job. I just want to get these sold before we get too far into the month, because obviously the price is decreasing. Now we're out of October. So I do need to check on how much manure this is eating through. Don't know if it's still got a fair bit in there, so plenty of water. So I'm hoping this is going to be fairly fruitful for us. As we found out last time, pumpkins are the best. Obviously we're in hard economy, so the pumpkins are worth quite a bit in hard economy. So in easy, if you was to do this map, I would imagine they'd be worth a lot more. So let's get these loaded up, hopefully without too much damage or crashing. Get them there. Obviously we've got collision on as well, so if we bump into things, our bar is going down massively. So we've got to be very careful. No crashing, and look after our vehicles is what the doctor ordered. So as you can probably see down on the right hand side, we now have quite a dashboard. It'll also won't like us running the machines with too much weight on or stuff that's too heavy for them, so we're really going to have to pick the right tool for the job now. And we'll see that when we start cultivating the cornfield very soon and then fertilising it. We can see what the engine load is doing. So let's get these last few on. Then we've got to find out where we're taking them. So I'm hoping it's not too far away. I say I haven't actually sold anything on this map yet, so I don't know where we're going. We do also need to feed the chickens today. I did just check. They're quite hungry. The pigs and the cows seem to have settled in alright overnight. Well, more the pigs. We already had the cows. They seem to be up to 80% production now, so that is all we can ask for. Right, let's get that pallet on there. Ooh, don't want to crash into trailer too many times. We'll get penalised for that. Right, so let's go take this Merlot for maintenance, even though we've only done 0.5 minutes of an hour in it. Obviously, the service intervals for Merlots are more than I was expecting. So let's get in here. Are we outside? I think it's got to be outside the workshop. There we go. Right, so what we need to do is go into the repair menu. We're going to do the maintenance, OEM, or do we go used? Aftermarket, premium. %10 defect risk. Ooh, or do we go premium, 0? Used, there's a 50% chance. We could service it cheap. I think we'll go for the premium. Let's start. So, basically, we now can't touch that telehandler until 3 o'clock this afternoon once it's finished. It's maintenance. So, hopefully we don't need it today. If we do, we are a bit screwed. But I'm sure it won't matter too much. So there we go. So the other thing is we're meant to let the engines warm up before we start driving, or keep the revs low until the engine's warm. As you can see, it's meant to be warming up, but if I drive slowly it doesn't damage the engine until it's warm. Or we'll just send it and you'll see the service bar come down. Right, let's get our trailer on. So we should have 7 pallets. Beautiful. Right, let's find out where we can sell them. The pumpkins, see, got a good price last month. This month not so good. Now, that's the best price, but it is the train, and I don't like using the train. So bakery is the next best place, so let's go there. So it should be, I would imagine, in town. Yeah, so we'll get spun around and we'll head over to the bakery and let's get these sold. Oh, woohoo, slow down. Driving fast over rough terrain will quickly wear out your suspension of your case Puma. On top of that, those vibrations also harm other systems, especially hydraulics, electrics. Drive smoothly and take it easy. Oh, I've been told off again. Right. Let's drive smoothly. And, well, you can see that the service bar's dropped down, so might have caused a bit of damage doing that. Let's drive a bit smoothly across to the shop, shall we? Yeah, my bad. Right, let's head over there and then let's find out what we're going to get for this. So here we are, rolling through the town. It's quite a... Oh. Your front right tyre has blown out. Would you like to replace the tyre at a cost of £1,000 and 62? So we've had a blowout. I was literally just coming on to say the town looks nice, and we've blown a tyre. So we are going to have to fix that tyre for £1,000. Ooh. We're getting hit with all the problems today. So here is the bakery in town. So these want to buy our pumpkins, which is good because we want to sell them because we need some money to pay for blowout. So let's get these offloaded. What do we get? £9,500 plus £327 environmental. So not actually too bad considering it's hard economy, like we say, and it's not the best month for selling them. I mean, it's only 100. I think it's about £100 per pallet difference. So we could have probably made potentially £900 more if we kept them, but to be honest, we need some income. We need some income streams now because the pumpkins are about the only thing that's going to give us it now. We're waiting on chickens. Chickens will eventually give us an income stream, but because we bought babies, because I'm tight, we are waiting for them to grow up a bit. The cows, I don't think are old enough to start giving us milk. I think we discovered that last time, so yeah, still waiting for them. And obviously the piggies, we'll be waiting for a while to make some profit back on them because we bought babies. Hopefully they make babies, and then as they get older we can start selling them. Well, obviously we'll probably have to put a different boar in there because otherwise Dad will become brother and sister, but we'll have to yeah, we'll probably put another boar in, and then as they grow up we'll keep getting more and more, and it'll be a long process, but eventually that'll start happening for us, and then we've got a nice income stream off our piggies as well. So we are just going to head back to the yard now, quickly fly over there, and then we're going to jump into the crawler tractor. Well, call it the crawler tractor, the bendy one in the middle, and then we're going to start cultivating our cornfield, and then we need to spread some lime on it and get it ready for next year. We might be renting a slurry tanker at some point because we have got slurry. And obviously the manure we are going to keep in our glass houses, keep topping them up because we need the income. It'd be nice if we could get some more off the cows. Might buy some more cows eventually so we can get some more manure through. Does the alfalfa need cutting again today? It does, so that's good because it'd be nice to get a stockpile. Although we haven't got the telehandler till later, but we have got the auto stacker, so we can put the bales outside for now, and then we can truck them inside once the telehandler's back from being serviced. And I've obviously serviced it with premium stuff because we didn't want any problems. But yeah, so we've had a first blowout on the way to the store, and we've got our first big maintenance bill. Going well. Right, let's jump in that crawler and get some cultivating done. I'm so glad we've got such a big cultivator. So we're just getting it unfolded, jumping into the field, and then what we're going to do, we can get this beautiful field hopefully cultivated, and then we can do that alfalfa. So we want to do it in November because we want to, I nearly thought about starting with the alfalfa in case we need some drying time, but yeah, it's not the end of the world. We will do a bit of cultivating with our beautiful, I don't know, it's like an ugly duckling, isn't it? But it's an ugly duckling, but it works. So let's get cultivating. And it's quite dusty behind. And I've completely gone the opposite way to what the lines say, so we'll pull across here and then we'll go up and down. Right, so there is the cultivating all done and dusted. So it didn't take too long at all, really. Nice big cultivator we have on the farm. So get this part back. Oh, don't hit the sprayer. What am I doing? Oh, get this part back up on the... I don't know, actually. I think we might have to start putting some of this stuff in the shed. You can go behind the quad track in here, I think. Our telehandler is still under maintenance, so it will be pretty much this whole episode untouchable. But that's not a problem. We can cut the alfalfa and we can pick it up with the auto stacker, get it close to the shed for feeding, and then just not put it in for the time being. So that is the last bit we need the quad track for. I think it might be wise to that doesn't need no vehicle lubrication in range. So yeah, I think we're all good on the lubrication front. Does it need a blowout? Oh, it does need a blowout. There we go. So what we can do when we're next to a vehicle, once we're off our hand tools, is we can do a bit of an inspection, just a visual inspection, and we can see how our vehicles are preforming. So engine oil okay, coolant okay, hydraulic fluid okay, transmission oil okay, radiator okay, air intake duct okay, filter okay, lubrication level not required. So did that say something about the... Just do that again, because did it say something about the suspension? Oh no, no suspicious symptoms detected. So that tractor is a-okay. So where did we leave our Ace Puma? Because we are going to go cut the alfalfa. So it'd be nice to get the last cut in, so we've got plenty of cow food over the winter months. So we want to drop that trailer off. The engine's already warm in this, so that's good, so we can shoot straight off without getting in trouble. We are going to need some fuel very soon in the old case. She's chomping through it. So we get back ourselves back on the road, and let's go pick up our mowers. So I've put all the mowers in here, and so we're going to head it out for hay again, because the cows they run all right on hay. If we had a silage wagon, we could probably do a bit of silage, but we don't particularly need to do that because it just means renting more equipment. The hay runs it the same anyway, and we've got all the equipment to do hay. It looks like your implement is too heavy for your case, Puma. The hydraulics are working at their limit, which is negatively affect their service life. Follow a simple rule. The attachment weight should not exceed 80% of the vehicle's own weight. Well, it's gonna, because it's the only tractor we've got for mowing, so we're just going to have to run it a little bit heavier. I don't think it's too heavy. But yeah, let's go to our field and let's go cut the alfalfa. And it'll be the last cut of this year. And then I don't think it will regrow until about April next year, which isn't a problem, because this should give us enough bales for the long winter ahead. It's the bales, the straw bales, what we'll probably be short on, and we may have to buy some in because we don't want to be penalised from the government again. I think we got away quite lightly this month. I don't think we got a fine, so that is a positive. But on top of that, there we go. And then we can put it again, and we can get it into hay. So if you look at our engine bar at the bottom right, you can see it's about 70% load on the tractor, so it's not too much for this tractor to handle, which is good because it starts screaming at us and telling us we're going to damage it. But no, it's not too bad at all. So we did lime this field last time. I don't think we put any fertiliser on it though, so it'll be interesting to see what the yield is like this time. And then next time, after we've done this, we'll get it limed again, and we will get some fertiliser on it and keep it good, because this is, like you say, it's our source of food for our cows for the foreseeable future. Eventually we might do total mixed rations if we can get everything set up right, but obviously it's not our main priority. With the economy how it is, very difficult. We kind of want to make as much money as we can. We want to buy machinery, don't we? We want to change that quad track for something a bit more modern, a bit more useful, something with front hitch, so we could probably use another tractor on the mower here instead of having to rely on our case all the time. So, plenty to buy, and plus we want more land. We definitely want more land. 2 fields, it's good. Oh, my button keeps getting stuck. What's that all about? Yeah, so it's good, but we need more. We need more land. And I don't know what sort of prices we're looking at. I'm expecting them to be expensive. So 127, 256. So they're not out of reach, really. Not out of reach at all. Obviously, we want to do a bit of sugar beet harvesting as well. So we can put it into the piggy wiggies. They will arrive off a bit of extra sugar beet for themselves. We obviously put a bit of grain in there, but we're saving most of the grain for the chickens for this year. Hopefully we get a bit more next year. I don't know what we're going to plant in the big cornfield yet. Ideally it wants to be more corn, but we've got crop rotation we've got to think about, so we can't just put more corn in there again. We will have to spread that over, so we could do something like sorghum in there, but it means we'll be a year without corn. So ideally, before we drill corn, we really could do with another field. Now, if that involves borrowing money from the bank to get us going, we might have to do that. Borrow a big loan, see if we can pay it back in a year. That field, like I said, the field next door to this is only £120,000. So, in the grand scheme of things, that is quite achievable. We could buy that now, borrow, but we don't need to buy it just this minute because of the fact we can't drill it till next year. Obviously, we all want to lime spread it, cultivate it, and get it ready. So, I don't think it's got anything in it. It's harvested. Yeah, 127. Nice field, so we could put corn in there. Have we got anything else? 119, that's 100% loam, so that would be a good field for doing corning. So, plenty of options, but that is in the distant future. At the moment, we are happy with our pumpkins. We will be selling them every month. I know it's not a lot, but, you know, 10 grand a month on a bit of income just gets us going. It's going. As soon as the cows are making us some milky wilky, we'll be alright, because that will help us with a bit of more money. But right, let's crack on and let's get this alfalfa cut, then we can get it headed. Hopefully it goes straight to hay, and then after that we'll get it windrowed and we'll get it picked up. So it's looking like this first load's not turning straight into hay, so we're just going to check the moisture level. So we're at 11.7. Ideally we need to get it down below 7 to turn it into hay. I don't know if we'll get that. I think the field's reading, yeah, the field's quite moist to be fair, so could be a mission to get this down to hay in November, but we'll give it a go. We'll run over it a few times. We're not in any rush for some hay. We could let it dry for a few hours to see how we get on. But yeah, we'll keep going at it. So I don't know if you see in the little time lapse of me mowing the grass, we did get a warning for low fuel saying it can cause wear and tear on your fuel pump and filters due to having to excessively work. So we might have to fill up with diesel, but I'm reluctant to. Still got a quarter of a tank. In my eyes, unless it's flashing, it's all good. Right, let's crack on and carry on turning this once, and we'll see if we can get it to dry. Right, so we're just having to nip to the old petrol station because the tractor's got the flashing light on, so I do accept that it's due for some petrol now. The thing is, I've not been there. We did pass it when we went for a bit of a tour, but I can't remember where it is, but it's just here, so I should have carried straight on, but yeah. So we now know where it is, so we're going to get topped up, get it filled up. The hay... The alfalfa is now ready to round up. We got it into hay. I had to run over it a couple of times and we've managed to get it all into hay, so that is good. So we do have some cow food once we've got it windrowed and baled, so that is excellent. So what we'll do is we'll get this filled up and then we'll go check on the telehandler's process, see if they finished servicing it or if they found anything else wrong, because basically I told them if they find anything else wrong, fix it. So that might have been a mistake. But we'll soon see. It might cost us a fortune or we might be alright. So this tractor here, should we do an inspection while we're filling up with some diesel? Oh, apparently I've got to stop the engine. Let's do an inspection on her. Let's see how she's doing. She'll be ready for a service in not too distant. Oh, so the radiator and the air duct are dirty. Not too shabby, so all we do, get our blower out and let's give it a good old blow off. while we're getting some things up. And there we go. She is now all clean, so keep on top of our servicing. Right, so let's head back and let's see how they're getting on with our telehandler. Right, so we're just checking on our telehandler. Maintenance is still in process. So how long has it got left? It's 87%, so still can't use our telehandler for a bit longer. So, well, the log's empty. So the last report, did we have a last report? So the service was overdue, so that's naughty on us. Everything else is looking good. Current power, 595 brake horsepower. Seems a bit off. Electrical system is good, it's not excellent, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But yeah, liking this new engine mod. It brings a bit more realism into the farm. Right, so I think we're going to leave it there today, guys. We've got on quite well. Next time we will get that hay baled. We've still got the bale stuck on the back of the up there, but I didn't have the telehandler, so but yeah, we'll get the rest of that hay baled. We'll also get that field spread with lime, and we'll probably move on into a month where we can start maybe even drilling this. But like you see, pH is really bad. So thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. Any suggestions, do leave them below. And if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, you'll get a notification of our next video. I'll see you there. Bye for now.